Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Money Steps. Today I'm going to show you how to open a CDS account through the Bursa Anywhere apps. And I'll be using the examples if you want to open the CDS account with Maybank Equity Centers in this case. So first of all, we need to download the Bursa Anywhere applications through the App Store or Play Stores in your mobile phone. And then we open the apps. You go to the front page of the Bursa Anywhere apps. So the first page you will require to key in the username password. If you don't have any account with the Bursa Anywhere apps, you haven't registered yet, we may need to proceed for the register at the bottom right link right there. So we click the register, it will bring us to the welcome page. So it was saying that you're welcome for the app opening for the Bursa Anywhere applications username password. So we may proceed for the registers at the bottom right. And next will be we go for the applications to creating Bursa Anywhere account. So in this case, we may click for the ID tab. So we will see multiple options for the registration. You can use new IC numbers, old IC numbers, military IC card numbers, or even for foreigner, you can use the passport to register for the Bursa Anywhere applications. Example, you are Singaporean, you may use your passport. Okay, in this case, I'll go for the new IC numbers for Malaysians. So we select for the IC numbers and key in the IC numbers at the bottom. We click next. In this case, the system will check whether your IC number has any direct account with Bursa at the moment. If there's no Bursa CDS account numbers, it will show you that there's no CDS account found. So it will ask you whether you want to proceed to open a CDS account with Bursa. So in this case, we go for the yes. We click yes and next. So it will bring for the T&C, term and conditions. We may tick the confirm for the term and condition and agree for it at the bottom right. So it will bring us for the NRIC verifications, which means that we need to bring out our IC to take a pictures on the front and the back for the IC. Yeah? So make sure the IC is very clear and clean. Be able to read all the fonts right over there and make sure there's no reflections. So meaning that you want to make sure that when you are taking picture of your IC front and back, there's no reflections. Everything is clear. Okay. After you're taking the picture for the front and back, you'll do verifications of the fonts to make sure everything is readable. So and then we proceed for the next at the bottom. So over here, before we proceed taking picture of, definitely we need to allow the Bursa Anywhere to take pictures. You can choose only this time or while using the apps is also fine. Okay. So the next one will be restarting creating for the CDS account opening. So after the Bursa Anywhere app already capturing your IC, you're detecting your IC numbers and the names in your IC. So you need to verify the IC is correct or the name is correct. Make sure everything is correct. Yeah? It has to be everything 100% follow the IC. Okay, so IC numbers must be 100% correct and the name, there's no short form right over there. And if everything is correct, then you may proceed for the next at the bottom. So the next would be creating a Bursa Anywhere account, which means that we need to make sure the the date of birth, gender is correct, email must be correct, and the phone number is also correct. So if you are holding for the Singapore number examples, you may selecting for the flags to selecting for the +65, and then followed by the numbers you key in manually. So make sure the emails and the mobile numbers, everything is correct because we need to do verifications later on. So once we go through all these things, we may select for the next at the bottom. So over here is the email verifications, which means that the Bursa already sent you an email for verification purposes. So you need to check your email to get the 6-digit number and key in right here and submit it for the verifications purposes. The next step would be the creating for the security questions. So you need to selecting for the 3 questions right here and key in your answer. This is for security purposes. After you key in everything, then you select for the done at the bottom and we will proceed for the SMS TSE verifications, which means that it will send you a TSE number 6-digit PIN to your mobile number, which you have keyed in early on for the mobile numbers. So once you receive SMS, you key in the 6-digit numbers into these apps and then you submit by clicking at the bottom submit icon. So the next step will be creating for the CDS account. So one thing you need to make sure is the your bank account statement. So information, you must have the information with you. Make sure the statement showing what's info right there in your statements. Let's say we are going for the example for the Maybank. Let's say you go for the MAE applications to check the statements you acquire from there. At the bottom, on top of the statement, there'll be a logo stated Maybank or Maybank Islamic. So make sure the Maybank or Maybank Islamic is in place and make sure you are at the right info for the bank's account. So let's say for the Maybank Islamic, in this case, we may proceeding for the applications. The next step will be, so over here it also stated that if your account is under Maybank Islamic, so meaning the logo is stated Maybank Islamic, you must selecting Maybank Islamic. You cannot selecting for the Maybank, so it's very clear cut for this one. So the next thing would be go for the statement. So this one is the statement example that we acquire for the statement in the MAE apps under your saving account, personal current account will do. So you show the Maybank Islamic right over there, right? So the logo is Maybank Islamic. We may selecting for the Maybank Islamic. So over here, yes, Maybank Islamic, and then we key in the bank account, and probably I was suggesting it's not a joint account, and we may selecting for the next if everything is correct. So the next particular will be your name, IC, NRIC, email, everything is correct. Then you proceed for the next by clicking next at the bottom, and key in for the handphone numbers and home or office numbers. If you don't have home or office number, you may duplicate your handphone numbers at the bottoms, selecting for the race and nationalities, next at the bottom. And the last one will be the register address. So you make sure the register address is exactly same as your IC. It's exactly same as your IC for Malaysian. So you put in examples right over there. So the system already captures the detail in your IC for the address. So you make sure everything is correct. You can edit it from there. This one is the example for the Mr. Rowan. So you make sure the address is correct as per the line right over there stated. Sabah is correct, postcode, city, everything is correct. Okay, so you can edit it if the info is not correct right over there. So for the register address must be same as the IC. Okay, so the next page will be the correspondent address. If your mailing address is different from the IC, then you may manually key in right over here for the address. So after you're filling up, then you proceed for the next at the bottom. So it would be the stage 6, which is prefer selecting for the ADA, which is in this case we are going for the Maybank Investment Equity Center. So we may selecting for the ADA, and then we key in manually on top, searching for the Maybank Investment Bank. If you're opening account with Maybank Investment Center, or you're opening account with me, you may selecting for the Ipoh branch, which is at the middle, Ipoh Perak. Okay, so it will show you the Ipoh Perak option right here, and then you're selecting for the next. So once you're selecting next, it will bring you to the payment for the CDSB 10 ringgit. So over here you need to make payment using the Maybank Islamic account that you have the choice, which you key in the manually account numbers. So it must be same account. So in this case, early on we already selecting for the Maybank Islamic account, so we may selecting Maybank to you to make payment for the 10 ringgit CDSB. So we may go through the detail at the bottom, and then we press confirm. So over here it's already stated that CDS account fee has to pay using the account, specific account that you key in early on. So we okay, confirm, then we proceeding for the 10 ringgit, selecting for the Maybank to you to proceed for the bank account, accessing username password to make payment. So selecting the account and make payment. Once you have make payment, it will show you this screen. So meaning that you are already approved and make the payment. So the next step will be you already successful make payment 10 ringgit CDSB. Congratulations. So I would say the Bursa will send you an email within 1 hour's time during office hours, which means during office hours, within 1 hour's time, Bursa will send you an email to telling you whether your applications with Maybank is already successful or rejected. So let's say your application rejected, it will show you that what's the issue that you have been rejected. Let's say your bank statement is Maybank Islamic, but you're selecting for Maybank, you're rejected for the region specific bar there. You have chosen the wrong bank. So you may chosen Maybank Islamic later on for the next applications for you. And thereafter you may proceeding, let's say your account is already approved. So you attach the PDF file with your IC numbers. So you may bring along the PDF file to the Maybank Investment Center to proceeding opening trading account. So or you can send it to me for the processing next step for the trading accounts. I believe this is very clear for the applications. If you're interested to open an account with me, then you can check the description areas and reach to me through the WhatsApp. So we can liaise from there how to proceed for the account, CDS and trading accounts. So that's all for today. Thank you very much and goodbye.